Here we are again with I Have the Power. This is where we share stories about real life EV users and owners and what they have done with their EVs or what they intend to do. So today our first story is from our very own Mr. Abhishek Uchil, who has gone ahead and pre-booked the Strom R3. He's been waiting for this for a long time. We've been following the company. We've spoken to Mr. Pratik Gupta, and finally the pre-booking is open and he's gone ahead and booked it. So let's jump in and take a look at the images that Abhishek has sent us. Here is the first one. This is his receipt, and he's paid 10,000 rupees for pre-booking the car, and the cost of this car is about 4 lakhs. This is a top end variant, which is a 200 kilometer variant. There's also a 160 and a 120 kilometer variant, which will cost much less. So you can actually have a 3.5 rupee electric car, which is really affordable. So all of you who've been saying in the mainstream media that electric vehicles are really expensive, there you have it. This is the answer, a true city car. Next, we have the terms and conditions, of course, which tells you what you can do, whether you can cancel it, whether you can go ahead, whether your amount gets confiscated. And the next one is a manual. So Strom has sent a physical manual so that you get some actual hard feel. It's not just an abstract concept for you. And it's a very nice, beautiful picture book, kind of a coffee table book kind of manual, which tells you all the features and specifications. It belongs in your garage and gadget collection. So it's not just a car, it's actually a cool tech gadget for you to collect, full of AI and other artificial learning things to make your drive experience better. And it doesn't cost the earth. There are technical specifications for the geeky people, for the nerds among us who really want to take a look at what the motor ratings are, what the battery voltages are, and all the other small little details, and some really nice images of the Strom standing in different backgrounds. And here we have a very nice Meet Geeky page, which tells you that on a clear day, this is what the Strom R3 looks like. And the Strom, of course, comes with many colors. And this is one of the few electric vehicles which has such a big choice of colors. Again, this is the entire kit that Abhishek has got from Strom, the books, the cards, the certificates, and it's fantastic how they are giving the users the experience of actually purchasing a vehicle, and they can feel the palpable moments coming closer where they will actually own the vehicle. Strom had a tough time in the pandemic. They had to delay the launch, but we are sure that they're going to succeed. So congratulations, Abhishek, and I'm sure you're on top of the world. So let's have a thought from Abhishek, what he shared with us. I was on the fence about the Strom R3, he says, for a while, but it's a compact EV built from the ground up, which suits my road needs perfectly. All the other EVs on the market right now are humongous. Not that there's anything wrong with that, especially if you have a large family and safety is paramount. But petrol prices are murder at the moment. Can't imagine anyone would buy a petrol car. So he says that there are 5 color variants, which he's very happy about, and the initial batch of owners can actually choose their color combination. So he's very happy that he's one of the initial owners, and he's yet to decide, but he likes sober colors. And he's chosen the 200 kilometer variant, which he says will take him outside Bombay too. He can go to Pune and other places. What more do you need? The reason why he believes in the company, he says, is that Strom is an underdog, and he loves such companies who do something to make a difference and a change in the world, who are struggling against tough odds in a tough market, and their form factor, their entire product is something revolutionary. So that's something that they have to push very hard. So he's happy to support such companies, and he really believes that they will succeed. So congratulations, Abhishek. Next up, we have Zeon Chargers, a company that we've been very impressed by. They are setting up high-end chargers, DC fast chargers in between cities, which is where they are really wanted. For Zeon, this is the 5th charger at Krishnagiri, which is a 50 kilowatt fast charger. They've already electrified Bangalore to Coimbatore. The Zeon network from Bangalore to Coimbatore has 350 kilowatt DC fast chargers, and this has a CCS gun and 2 22 kilowatt AC fast chargers. So this is quite a good setup, and anyone wanting to travel in between these cities can quickly top up in short increments and not even have to wait for the entire 45 minutes for the charge. So the hardware used for these chargers is manufactured by ABB, which is a Swedish multinational which is headquartered in Zurich, Switzerland. Karthik, the founder of Zeon, told us, and I quote, that we will be adding 2 more along this route. Next, we will be extending this to Cochin and Chennai. So guys, thanks to Zeon and Mustech. So guys, with this fast charging network, you can now actually go from Chennai to Bangalore to Coimbatore to Kochi, where you have a KSEB fast charger set up by Mastech, and then you can go all the way down to Kanyakumari, to the very southernmost tip of India. So there you have it, one big route electrified, and all EV owners can go now. Alright guys, so let's check out the images that we've got of all these AC and DC fast chargers that have been set up by Zeon. The first one here, now what you can see is the start charging button. This is the QR code that you scan on the app so that you can identify the charger and accordingly charge and pay for the charge. The next image over here is the ABB fast charger, DC fast charger, that you can see next to Savannah Bhavan, next to a cafe coffee day. So conveniently located, and you can easily go have coffee and enjoy yourself for 20-15 minutes while the car charges. Also, this charger is quite near Bangalore, so all the Nexon EV owners from there can just come by, charge their cars over here, have a nice time and go back to the city. Here is a typical Zeon charger, what it looks like, the AC fast charger with all its branding. And the next one that you can see over here, this is an AC fast charger. This is what it looks like. It's not as bulky as the DC fast chargers, but it also does the job done quite fast. So thank you so much Zeon for sharing these images with us and letting the people know what's possible in the world of EVs, and that longer journeys are definitely within your grasp. So next we have DC fast chargers being used. We have Mr. Dinesh Makunny from Kerela and Mr. Trinath Rath from Odisha, who have been charging at the fast charging stations that are set up near their cities. Let's take a look at the pictures they've sent us. So here is the first photo from Kerala. Mr. Dinesh Makunny is charging his car at the KSEB charger over there set up by Mastech. He says, should thank the KSEB Kerala for setting up this fast charging station at Melakova, Kannur district. For EVs to be popular, we need more charging stations. So thank you so much Dinesh for sharing this photo with us. And the next photo is a white Nexon EV which is charging in Odisha, and Mr. Trinath Rath's EV, and it seems that he's really taken it places. It's quite dusty and it's been a long ride for it to get to this fast charging station. So fast charging stations coming up all around, EV users being able to make it much further than they normally would have without these charging stations. So it's fantastic to see this infrastructure coming up. So next we have some interesting photos of the TVS iQube. EV community members Ranjan Ray and Mr. KV Suresh from Delhi went to the TVS iQube showroom, and look at the pictures that they have got for you, and I'll tell you a little bit about what they learned about it. So here's what Ranjan and Mr. Suresh had to tell us about this this scooter. So Suresh ji is disappointed there's only white color available, but he says that it is cool to ride, and he felt that I have no ride to compare with this. This has hub motor, 3 ride modes and 1 regen mode. So he was quite impressed by the features, and he found out from the dealer that only 4 have been sold so far. Ranjan was quite interested in buying 4 of these TVS iQubes for his office folk. He felt that the acceleration was very smooth, it was quite linear, not jerky, and the only issue that he has is with the range being 75 kilometers in eco mode, which is a max of only 45 kilometers per hour top speed, and the charging time, which is 5 hours, was quite a bit according to Ranjan. And also there are no fast charge options. So Ranjan says that it seems that their charging system works on 6 amperes or less than 0.5 kilowatt rate. So the TVS iQube has been quite an attractive looking scooter, and we've been eyeing it for quite some time, and it's good to get the lowdown and specs from Ranjan and Suresh ji. And I think it's a little bit disappointing. I feel TVS doesn't even want to sell these because at a very high price point they've got a very low range and a very low top speed. So it doesn't seem that it's really a competitive product in the market. So Ranjan is looking basically to buy it for his office folk, and they will likely be driving it in the sports mode because they will want to zip around the city, and only 55 kilometers of range is definitely not enough. It might not be enough for the office folk. So TVS needs to really better this specification. So as far as my personal take is concerned, I think it's a good, well lit, bright LED, color LED with the maps and all the displays. That's a quite a good touch, and it's got good look and feel. I am a little bit disappointed that it's a hub motor. It could have been a mid mount, it could have been a swing arm mounted, which would have improved the performance quite a lot. Overall, a good looking bike, but high price, low range. So next on I Have the Power, we have Vikram Kirtikar from Mumbai, who has once again gone to Alibag with his pure EV ePluto 7G. And this time he's taken some good photos to share with all of us. Wonderful, Vikram, that you've done this again. I think you're really getting into the mood of this and doing these kind of trips again and again. So Vikram is part of our PluginIndia Telegram group. You guys can also join the Telegram group. It's an India-wide group of EV owners who share their experiences and of course help each other solve problems that they might face with their EVs. So this is what Vikram had to say to us. He says another run on the Alibag coastline, this time at a location in the village Thal with ePluto 7G. A total of 102 kilometers each day, 51 kilometers covered on a single charge. The second day ride included pillion riding for 35 kilometers out of 51 kilometers. So he actually took a double seat and still got good range out of his ePluto 7G. The total weight maximum is 198 kgs with the first pillion for 20 kilometers in mode 3 and total weight of 188 kilometers with second pillion for 15 kilometers on mode 2 and mode 3. So as you know, mode 1 is the slow economy mode and mode 3 is the powerful high speed mode, and he's been using the high speed mode quite liberally on his ePluto 7G and still getting a good range. 20 kilometers pillion ride was on highway with full acceleration and minimal braking. So this is where we know EVs consume extra charge when there is no braking, there is no regeneration, and maintaining a constant speed if it's not a very high speed is good for an EV, but at higher speeds you see EVs having lesser range. 15 kilometer pillion ride was a city ride with intermittent braking. Let's check out the photos that Vikram has shared with us. Here is the ePluto 7G, blue and a beautiful green background with his luggage bag in the front, quite ample space to carry luggage, and parked alongside other scooters. Alright, so this is the ePluto standing in the ferry itself. It's a small blue scooter in the background over there. Here's another zoomed in photograph. And there are quite a few cars and quite a few scooters going on to this ferry from Mumbai to Alibag nowadays. And it really saves them quite a lot of time and fuel, energy and effort. So this is the ePluto battery having been removed from the scooter and being charged at a location which Vikram has not shared with us. So this is his odometer and it shows that he's already completed 1131 kilometers on this ePluto 7G, 50% state of charge remaining. So here's a photo of the ePluto properly focused and spectacular photo of the electric ePluto on this ferry boat heading from Mumbai to Alibag. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching those. And Vikram, thank you once again for sharing and inspiring so many people to do electric scooter rides from one city to another. So the next pioneer on the I Have the Power section is Mr. Gaurav Rathod, who is a part of the PluginIndia Telegram group. And he shares with us the beautiful gift that Tata have given them on the first anniversary of owning the Tata Nexon EV. It's a wonderful gift. I think Tata has outdone themselves in sharing a plant which is truly green and a very beautiful container that they've shared. This is a very heartwarming feeling. Well done, Tata, and thanks Gaurav for sharing this with us. And finally, we have some really spectacular photos from you guys. A whole lot of EV users have come together to share this. It's the entire Tata Nexon Kerela group, and they have gone out for a picnic and shared some wonderful photographs of how they enjoyed their time in their Nexon EVs. Let's take a look. So here is the poster created by the group for the ride to the Athirapalli waterfalls. So there are some beautiful images that they have shot of the Nexon EVs going in line one after the other on beautiful highways. I really like the color of the Nexon EV, this unique color, the blue-green color that they have got. And oh look, they are a pet-friendly group. They have animals among them as well as human beings who have enjoyed the ride in the Nexon EV. Oh, it's beautiful. You can see the trees and the mountains and the kind of hills on both sides. I can imagine very well just riding an electric car on these roads, the quiet ride and the beautiful smooth feel of the car and these beautiful roads must be quite a satisfying experience all in itself. Next we have the entire group, quite a lot of people posing in front of their Nexon EVs, in front of the green hills, and it seems that they are quite happy with what they have done and achieved with their fantastic electric cars. the Athirapalli waterfall that you can see in the background, and the resort in the foreground where the Nexon EV owners have stayed. So all you EV owners, get up and let's get out to Kerala. They have some beautiful places over there, and we can probably take electric vehicles as there's a lot of EV infrastructure coming up in these locations. Here they are riding back in line, and it really shows the power of the Nexon EV. So many of them on the road, smoothly rolling by. It must have been a really quiet event because these don't pollute, they don't make noise, no vibrations, no fumes. So this must have been a fantastic sight. I'm so happy they shared this with us. Thank you guys for sharing these images with us and taking us kind of along with you on the journey to the beautiful Athirapalli waterfalls. And let's hope you have many more such trips to many more beautiful locations and share those with us and our viewers as well. So Nexon EV Kerala team, you guys rock! With that, we come to an end of the I Have the Power segment on the Plug in India show. Thank you all for tuning in and staying with us. Do share with us if you have some personal EV experiences or one of your friends has gone to one of these experiences. And comment, write to us, let us know what you thought about this. See you next month.